is about the African narrative. What is Africa? When we talk to people here, we hear very strange stories. And we Africans, we don't even know our own story. So who knows the story of Africa? So I am here because of these two people. So this is, how do you trade with somebody with whom you don't speak the same language? The story this evening will be a very short one, but it will help us to change already the narrative that we were told about Africa. And we are going to do it in a very simple way. You will see people that are different. On this other side, they are dressed differently. The color of their body is different. And on this side, you see people who are dressed differently. And the color of their skin is different. But we know that we are all one. But we have been told that we are not one. And this is the challenge we are here today to solve. And I say I'm here because of these two people, because in 1996, I created a youth umbrella organization to change the narrative in Cameroon. And what is Cameroon? Cameroon. It's a name that was given to Portuguese. People have forgotten in Portugal that their forefathers were sailing and they made friendship with kings in Africa to trade. It was not yet about war. But when we lost our history and we lose our culture, we don't know who we are. And a different education has been given to us. So I will let these two people to introduce themselves, because I have on my hand two cards. One of them is Konkankoh consultancy. I make myself an institution in the world in order to change the story of Africa. And that's what I have been doing since I went to school. And I learned that the story of Africa is wrong. And I set out to correct it. And I did another thing. I created Better World Cameroon, an NGO for young people to rethink who they are, what is their history, what is their vision, so they can have another narrative from the one they were being given in school. That is why I have these young people who have been animating this in Cameroon before the war broke out. So in order to understand people, you have to know where they come from, why they are called, why they are called. Do we look like crayfish, shrimp? This is the thing about the narrative that we think that we understand, we know Africa, but yet we don't know anything. And we have the fear about making friendship with people that we don't know.
I'm here in Portugal today partly because of the war in Cameroon, but equally to meet face to face with young people in Europe and to together redesign a new story of the relationship between Africa and Europe and the rest of the world. Africa is not just a faraway country where there are lots of resources that you can go and get for free. No, Africa is a continent, full of countries that is rich in culture, rich in minerals, rich in natural resources, but also rich in people. And that is what I'm here today to share with fellow young people in Europe to say, well, hey, Africa is not what the media has told you, but Africa is more than that. And that is what I want us to discover together as young people. So that is why why I'm here with you guys today. Thank you.
Thanks for the applause. Thanks for everyone.
And someone who did not understand anything can ask questions, and the questions can be answered, and then we will have the beginning of a conversation. Because this is the true challenge, talking about love and oneness. When we are all different, we believe that we are different, we speak different languages, so how can we co-create the new world? This is our challenge in our conversation. The message this video presented to Plum Village was a message from south to north, to change the narrative that there is only one way of talking about Africa, north to south. So this is the beginning of the conversation. Can we actually change the way that we do things? Because everybody is talking about change. What kind of change can happen without people coming together to connect so that they can share? Because when you put two things together, something flows. And that's the meaning of love. Then what about the cultures that we are creating? Separating and separating and separating and separating. This is how we feel Africa. What is the African way that we can co-create so that people can understand each other? People in the north can understand people from the global south. This is the challenge. And when I heard about this diversidad again between a border town, Spain and Portugal, I was very interested because this is how the world came together as one. People who had different languages, different cultures, started to connect and to build friendship. Can we actually build friendship and talk again about love? This is a reflection. So I would like a volunteer to give a very short sentence about what they understand and to ask a question. Then we can have a discussion.
Hi. I would like to ask you, how do you attract young people since they are nowadays too disconnected by being too much connected to technologies?
I will answer part of the question and allow a young person also to answer. Because this is how we created a better world in Cameroon, and this is how we have created African way in Europe. We always share, co-create the question and the answer, and then it will belong to both of us. So for me, I grew up in the time of colonization, when things were not yet so separated. So what happened was the education removed the culture from the young people by the missionaries and taught them to believe in something else different from their ancestors. So what I simply did was to say, I don't disqualify white man education, but I bring the rite of passage to initiate young people who have gone to school back into their culture. Just reconnect them with their culture and their land. They come from it, they don't forget it. So this is how I connected the young people. And then a new movement was born. Then I would give the microphone to any willing young person to say, to answer the rest of the question. How did they come together?
Thank you. I think I will just go straight away. I first of all also believe that it's really hard to give what you don't have. So one thing is is the ability to get into the state of consciousness, self-consciousness, which is hard because I would say many things that some of the young people go through here, we actually experience and even worse things. Many people of this new generation also experience like broken homes, modern education, completing things that are not even related to our countries at all. But then when we talk about consciousness, it's this ability for a young person to sit and then sit with yourself and start to think, like finding yourself, and then you will ask questions. So from asking those questions, they are guidance. But in my case, I will not say it's overnight. I was blessed to have parents who, though I went for modern education, every holidays were spent in the village. So I would spend it with the soil, spend it planting, spend it feeding the animals, and living completely, moving bare feet, eating raw food, jumping, climbing all the trees. I even miss climbing trees though. And all of these things. And the funniest thing is sometimes when we're even much younger, we feel like it's not exciting, it's not interesting enough. But then I started realizing now, growing up, allowing time to happen and gaining slowly that consciousness and asking questions, then I saw a lot of the values that I had.